Hi guys. So today I'm gonna talk about how self-help guide or any YouTuber you're watching or any books you're following, right? How their advice might not be really helpful to you, right? So I'm talking why it will not be helpful for you because lot of time, right? What I've seen, like if you're watching any of the your favorite YouTuber or anything, right? And they are giving you advice or they are telling you a style of living which can follow, which will optimize your thing, right? So that will not work for you. Why? Because so if you see the YouTuber or the person you're following, they might be on a different level. Like they could be at level 10 and you might be at level 4 right now, right? Most of the people are level 4. That is truth, hard truth of the life. And their advice will probably help somebody who has 7, 8, 9, maybe 8 or 9, right? Who has at 10 and they're giving some life schedule, right? Oh, waking up at 4 o'clock, doing that, doing this, prioritizing that, and these all things. So that advice will probably will helpful to somebody who has the level 8 or 9, right? That will bring him from 8 to 10. But that might not be helpful to you guys who has level 4. Why? Because you don't had the hardware or software to digest that thing, right? You don't have that structure built, right? You need a structure to build then this following habits or something to be done, right? So that has been done on level 4 or 5 something, and when it is built, then like basically don't have right prerequisites to execute those habits or lifestyle changes, right? Something like this. So whenever you listen to any YouTuber's advice or something, I would say 99% of them will not give you advice like where are you at level 4 or 5 something. They will come up with advice which will be a really good advice. But if you are at that level, maybe you are a level, but that ratio is very low. I don't think all of you are at level 8 or 9 so that you can listen to somebody who has 10 and then following their advice, but that ratio is very low. So I don't think you will be one of them, right? So whenever you are listening something, you need to see their version of advice which they would have given way back or something like this, or maybe you had this structure or hardware to digest that kind of schedule or the lifestyle changes or the habits, right? So probably those will not help. Right, I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, I started waking at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, then doing this, that, then doing that part and this." But somebody who is fapping, who is addicted to alcohol, porn, lot of bad stuff, eating heads up, suddenly you tell them you just cut off everything and start waking up from 4. Probably not. No, nobody will able to do that. So you need to be have gradual changes, right? You need to have this mindset develop for those kind of advice to be absorbed, right? That is missing. So that's why if you see my one of my previous videos where I suggested people, and I'm not saying that I've suggested people some movies or something which could build that mindset for you, which could be first stepping stone. If you're really at bad place, you cannot take some big decision, big move. You will not able to pull that. But this small step, I think you can do it, right? So gradually we can take you, navigate you toward to the right path. So I understand this thing that a smarter person is who doesn't has to go through all the mistakes which I have done or some other person who is you're following or something like this you have to do. But sometimes you cannot escape the inevitable. What if I pronounce this word right? Inevitable. Basically, the thing which has to happen will happen only, right? So basically, you can definitely skip some paths which you can gain from our experience or something, right? But you cannot force a child to be born before 9 months. A child takes 9 months. There is a lifespan for it. However smart as a parent you are, but you cannot push that time before 9 months, right? So same way, if certain changes has to be done, yes, you might learn from our mistakes, we can follow, you might skip lot of things, but you cannot pass the inevitable, right? You cannot pass it. So at that time you has to go through those steps even how optimize you learn it, you cannot skip all those things, right? You might get advantage in some cases, but still you have to go through those things, right? So for me, or most of thing, we did not. I didn't immediately got off of my addiction. I didn't immediately changed my habits to likely being really good, having optimized day, eating right, going to the gym, studying, educating, then also working on my personal projects. This didn't happen like just flip in my mind and I became. So there has been gradual steps. Although I knew this thing, but still, lot of time, most of you guys know the right advice to follow, right? But still you don't. You know how not to have. Still you will collapse at the weekend or something like that. You know you have to live it, but still you will not do it. Most of the guys knows the solution, but those solutions are for somebody who has level 5, 6, 7, and if you're 4, that is not gonna cut. Same with the advice which is given to 4 year 4 level 4 person will might not help to the level 10 person. And few things you cannot skip, you cannot pass. Few mistakes or everything you might pass from some others experience, but some things, a lot of things you have to go through the trials and tribulation only. So keeping that in mind, right, I will not suggest you that hey, immediately start waking up at 4 o'clock, start eating right from the day one or something like this. Yes, you can try it, you can take significant small step, but before that, you need to change your mindset. You need to change your thought process, right? I was able to become that kind of person. People tell that you are the company who like who we are the kind of person whose company is what they define, right? If you are among good smart people, probably you're gonna become like this. But in this world, lot of time you will not find smart people around you. Then these character on the screen that becomes your friend, that's become your company, right? The things you watch, the things which you listen, that becomes your company. So try to keep yourself in good company, right? Same way, today we know we have lot of self improvement people over here, right? You can take any name, right? uh, but back then when I was there, these things were not there, and I had to go through watching movies and series which kind of helped me, right? I don't think that method is still outdated or something, and that still works, right? And lot of thing you cannot understand. You have to feel those advices, right, through a bigger picture, right? If I tell you that okay, if you touch wire, you will get electric shock, I'll tell you will take this thing lightly. But once you feel that shock by touching it, once you watch a documentary on electricity on this thing, that thing will engrave inside your brain, right? And then you will actually know that this fact gives this effect. Right? So simply watching or knowing the information won't help. You have to ingrain in your system to make changes, right? So one of the ways which you can do is, which I followed, which worked out for me. I will gonna give you this. If you are at really bottom of your self improvement, right, then probably these advices will be really grateful to you. That you start, like if you wanted to socialize well, the few of the series or movies which I will share, which I already made few videos, you can watch that and understand that will help you. And few of the red pill knowledges which you can also learn from these movies, right? uh, that will I will also share. So probably keep subscribed, and I hope you learned something from these movies or something. So all as well as I'll tell you the good side of those characters and the bad side of characters. So while watching this, you make sure that you don't take those characteristics from them, that we have to avoid. And also few of the things which I suggest you, might not like it, you might think this is a very bad character, this is, sometime you have to watch it, right? There is a famous quote by Andrew Tate, I think his father tell him that you let the manipulation do the manipulation on you, and you go deep inside and then breaks the whole thing, right? So even though I'm telling you, you have to watch it till the end. You might not like it, this is the thing, but you have to watch as you're learning something or as a case study, right? Then probably, and lot of time in my life, lot of advices, lot of things which I have watched it didn't make sense at that time. And but in future, 2 3 years ago, and something happened, and I recall those moments and scenes or something stories that totally makes sense at that time. Sometimes we are not ready for to receive that information, right? But still you have to go through that process. Probably few videos coming on the movies and everything which you can watch, that will help you to self improve. So see you.